All right, so we were able to get our mod cog implemented successfully. The next thing we're going to do is add the admin cog. This cog is going to follow the same pattern as the last two. There's just going to be one change I'm going to do. That one change is we're going to take this isme command and we're going to put it into a utility package. So I'm going to create a new directory called utils. And I'm going to create a new file called botutil.py. And inside of this botutil.py, I'm going to grab that function we created earlier, paste it in here. Now I still need to use this function, so we're going to get some warnings here. So we need to import that utility, and the way we can do that is by going to import utils.botutil as util. So we're going to import that utility as util. And down here where it's throwing those warnings, we're going to add that in. util.isme, util.isme, isme. Okay, and it should function the same as before. So let's run this and make sure the bot comes back online. Now that we have that function that can identify the owner, we're going to just make a simple admin cog that will be used for commands just for the owner. You can expand upon this admin cog and the mod cog for different roles. But for this example, I'm just going to focus on the owner of the server. All right, so let's get into this and import the libraries we need. So Discord, import Discord, and then from Discord extensions, we're going to import the commands, and we're also going to import that utility that we added because we're going to use it here as well. And then now this cog is going to be for the owner, so I'm going to call it the owner cog. And we're going to define the constructor init self dash bot, and we're going to add the bot into this class. Now we're going to do that same pattern where we want to make sure the cog is connected, so I'm going to add the listener in. Async def on message self msg if message dot content equals ping owner cog. We're going to send a response back, await message dot channel send owner cog is connected. So we got the listener function implemented. I'm going to go back to the bot manager and import the admin cog in from cogs.admin cog. Sorry, from cogs admin cog import the owner cog. And once we got that imported, we can add it to the start cog. Owner cog bot. And I'm just going to add the unload and reloads here as well, just to make sure we get it all in one go. So unload owner, reload owner, and it needs to be the moderator owner cog, not the moderator cog, owner cog. So we'll save all that. Let's run the bot again, make sure it picked up. Looks like we got an error here. All right, so the error was because I added the S to the cogs and when it should just be cog here, as we can see from the error. Lets us know that. Save those changes. Close this and run again. All right, the bot is online. I'm going to check to make sure the owner cog is attached. Ping cog. All right, the owner cog is connected. All right, so now that we have the owner cog connected, I'm just going to add some commands for the owner, and I'll just go over them very briefly. We will test a few of them, but not all of them. All right, so the first few commands are just going to be simple ones. So commands dot commands check util dot is me and async define server name self context star input await context dot guild edit name equals input, and then at commands dot command at commands dot check util is me async define region self context input await context dot guild edit region equals input. Okay, so we're gonna add an error handler for this region because there's only specific regions you can add. Region dot error and async define error handler self context error if is instance of error commands command invoke error await context dot send please enter a valid region name. So what these two commands are going to allow you to do is to change your server's name and also the server's region. The next commands we're going to do is to ban and unban people, and those ones I'll do a quick test for those. All right, so let's add those commands. Commands dot commands dot check util is me async define ban self context member discord dot member star and then reason equals none. So this will give us the ability to ban the user, and if we don't put any reason, it'll just put reason as none. So wait context guild dot ban member reason equals none. Reason equals reason. Sorry. And then we also want to unban. So it should be these same two check commands here. And then we want to async def unban self context star input and then name and discriminator. Discriminator equals input dot split. So I know some of the older Discord usernames, we used to have that hashtag. Not sure if we use that anymore, but we'll see. Band members equals await dot context dot guild dot bands limit equals 150 for band members in band members for band member in band members. We want to get username equals band member dot user dot name and then description discriminator equals band member user dot discriminator. If name equals username and discriminator equals discriminator, then we want to await context guild unban band member dot user. All right, so this is going to let us check to unban or ban users. Let's test this out. So what I'm going to do is run this bot, get it up and running. And then we're going to open up a browser page for Discord, but we're going to do it incognito. Discord.com. I'm going to create a new user. The user is going to be another user. All right. Have the user created. Once you get the user created, we will invite it to the server. So go back to the server and get the invite link. Go back to the incognito window, paste that in. The user should join. They should receive a message from our bot welcoming them in. And now we want to ban them from the server. So another user made it, and now I want to ban another user. So we want to get another user's username, and we can get that by clicking on their user. Go in here, and then we should be able to submit that in. So I'm going to ban another user. And once I executed this command, it looks like the user got kicked out of our server. Let's see if I can re-invite him. Unban. And hopefully it's back in. Let's see. this user should be able to get back into our server. I'll send that invite link so they can join back in. All right, so it looks like the method we were using to unban users is now deprecated and we need to update that. So I'm going to change that right now. It's going to be, instead of this, it's going to be async for entry in context dot guild dot bands. Want to do the following: username equals entry dot user dot name. If the input equals username, then we want to wait context dot guild dot unban entry dot user. All right, so now we can unban the user. Let's test that out and see if it works. So I'm going to go over to the server and I invited another user back in, but I'm going to ban them again. So ban, get their user ID. So we're banning him. And now he's kicked out of the server. If I try and use that same invite link and go to the browser for another user, let's say I try and join that server again, see what happens. It looks like I'm not able to accept the invite. Now, what we need to do is we're going to unban this user so they can get access again. So I'm going to go ahead, run the unban command, unban another user. If we go back to the browser with the other user, and we're going to try and join that server again. And it looks like we are unbanned and that user is back into the server. All right, so I'm going to add a few more commands that aren't really related to the owner, but I just wanted to show some of the extra functionalities you can do with Discord. And it's another annotation with has permission, so I'm going to add those commands in. Commands.command, and then commands.has permissions, and we're going to do the manage messages equals true. Async, define, create text channel, self, context, star, input, await, context dot guild dot create text channel name equals input. We're also going to make a similar one to create a voice channel. So manage messages, create voice channel instead this time, and guild create voice channel name equals input. So what this is going to do is if a role has the manage messages capability, then they should be able to create some channels. And I will show how that can be done. If we go into our Discord server and go to server settings and then into the roles, let's say we want to give the deckhand the ability to manage messages. Select that role and go into permissions. And if you scroll all the way down there should be an option to manage messages. So manage messages allows members to delete messages and do other things. So if the user has this manage messages roles, they will be able to execute these actions here. All right. So let's test out those managing message role. So I'm going to save this, start up the bot, make sure it's running. And we're going to try and create a new text channel. So I'm going to go to this and look at the roles I have. So I have the deckhand role, which is allowed to manage the messages. And I'm going to do create text channel testing. So when I entered this command, it actually created a testing channel. So it's working. Okay, so that was the admin cog. That has been completed. Now we are going to do the final one, which is the poll cog. I will see you there.